Welcome back, Truth Seeker. This past Saturday, February 23rd, 2019, was a date with numerology of 44 and 64, which corresponds with the Gematria of Kill, 44 and 64. And as I've taught about for years, when dates with this numerology roll around, there's always celebrity-related deaths. And one of the top stories on this day was the passing of comedian Brody who reportedly committed suicide. Notice comedian also sums to 44 and 64. We've seen this pattern in the past with comedians. The name Brody also has the gematria of 64. So we covered his death. On this same day, it was reported that the son of Ronnie Milsap, Todd Milsap, was found dead. And I want you to see how his death syncs up with his father's 76th birthday. Notice Ronnie Milsap turned 76 at the beginning of this year, January 16th, 2019. And from his father's birthday to his son's death was 38 days later. Again, death equals 38. The surname Milsap also has gematria 38. Death, murder, killing, RIP, they all have gematria of 38. The cover of Murder by Numbers, the film, if you look at the words, two letters are changed to numbers. The E is changed to a 3, the B is changed to an 8. 3 and 8, like death. Again and again, this same pattern. 38 days after the father's 76th birthday, the passing of the son. And notice Ronnie Milsap sums to 64 to go with the date numerology of 44 and 64. As for his son dying at age 49, the word Scottish has gematria of 113 and 49. Todd Milsap also has gematria of 113. If you used to listen to the weekly program Jeff Young had, where I was a regular guest, he would often remind the audience, out of all the branches of music, the most controlled by Freemasonry is country, and he would say it was the Scottish Rite. So I think this is why the son goes at age 49. Just as a reminder, also on February 23rd, 2019, there was the unexpected death of a racehorse that had won the Golden Slipper. Notice Golden Slipper 64. This horse was supposed to race days from its death. And just recognize, same numbers. The name of the horse was Sebring, gematria 74, 38, 115, just like Masonic. A lot of overlap with Masonic and killing. This code of letters and numbers is very much Masonic. Another death on February 23rd, 2019 was an Argentinian model. She put out a tweet April 5th, 2018, saying if she had any suspicious death to remember her tweet. Apparently she was exposing a pedophile ring. So she was found dead February 23rd, 19, the date with 44 and 64 numerology. This happened in Argentina, a nation that happens to have gematria of 44. And what's interesting is she put out her tweet warning about her possible death on April 5th, a date that can be written 5/4 like 54. She was found dead February 23rd, the 54th day of the year. And as we'll read ahead, she was immediately buried in an Israelite cemetery named La Tablada, which equals 54. Also like Freemasonic. And again, 2/23, 223, Masonic 223, and Jewish gematria. She was only 41 years old. Here's the blurb. On 23rd February 2019, Jaitt was found dead in a party hall in Benavidez. Her body was found naked on a bed. The doctor of the scientific police stated that there were no signs of external violence. I'll remind you, the song Murder by Numbers was by the band The Police, and in all these suspicious deaths, it's the police saying nothing suspicious. For the record, officer equals 44, law enforcement equals 64. After the event, Jaitt's lawyer Alejandro Cippola stated the possibility that his client had been murdered, given certain inconsistencies about the circumstances of her death in the respective reports, for which he would request to open an investigation file on the matter. Jaitt's remains were buried in the Israelite cemetery of La Tablada. The place that she died has Gematria of 88 like poison, maybe coincidental. Just wanted to document. And then today we have another death. It's just now being reported today that this man died at 67. He died this weekend, but they waited until today. The date was 67 numerology to report that he died at age 67. Wikipedia has the wrong date of death. All the articles say he died Sunday, which we'll get to. But as for dying at 67, blood sacrifice 67, another number we see all the time. They wait to report until the 67 date numerology. The story is he died this past Sunday, and what was it about Sunday? That was February 24th, which happened to be a date with 38 numerology. See how this goes? Death, murder, killing, RIP, they're all 38. There's that song, Gematria, the killing name. This man's name was McCarthy, having Gematria 44 like kill. So, sadly, this goes on almost every day of the calendar year. Some days are more fateful than others. Dates with the 44 and 64 numerology tend to have multiple celebrity-related deaths every single month like clockwork. And again, it's because people are working by this code, as sick as it is. 3 songs to check out. Murder by Numbers by the Police. Gematria, the killing name. Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. And Down in the Park by Gary Newsom, where some of the opening words are, down in the park they play Kill by Numbers. There's a new movie on Netflix. I only watched like the first 5 minutes and I just turned it off. I said, I already seen enough. In the opening scene, this movie's called The Super. The Super. You'll only have to watch the first 5 minutes. The movie begins with a woman and a man being murdered in an apartment. And you know what apartment they live in? 38C. 38C. Death, murder, killing, 38. And C's the third letter, so it's 383. Remember, the word murder also has Gematria of 83. Murder by Numbers came out in the year 83. When you understand the code, you start to see how this stuff is broadcast everywhere. You know, it's not just the news, it's even what they're putting in the films, because the world of Masonry is running the whole show, treating the world as a stage. Masonry, they control Hollywood, they control your government, they control your media, and so on. Until next time, Truth Seeker.